Antoine Trayvon Ware, date of birth 06/12/1997.
Thank you. Can I get appearances, please?
Scott Wolfram for the state, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Amy Kalman and Eleanor Knowles on behalf of Mr. Ware, who is present and in custody.
Thank you. Sir, you are here on a new case out of Superior Court. The counts are 1 count of murder in the first degree, a Class 1 felony, 1 count of kidnapping, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of child or vulnerable adult abuse, a Class 2 felony, and 1 count of abandoning or concealing dead body parts, a Class 5 felony.
Phoenix, Arizona, March 7th, 2018. Tanya Smith would plead for her daughter's safe return. Her 21-year-old daughter was last seen leaving her apartment complex with her 6-month-old granddaughter. Smith discussed how the two had grown closer now that her daughter was a mother and expecting again. It really was an exciting time for the both of them. Police would even question Jasmine Dunbar's boyfriend. He said after an argument, he dropped her off. She was with her daughter. He didn't know where she was. So, where was Jasmine? Tanya Smith's life would turn inside out. On March 7th, a charred body was found in Phoenix, Arizona on 107th Street and Camelback Road. It was believed to be 21-year-old Jasmine. She'd been missing for 2 days now. The body had sustained significant burns, and through scientific analysis, it was identified as Jasmine Dunbar. Her boyfriend would later be arrested in her death. At the time of his arrest, there was also a gas can that was found on him that could and would later be used for evidence against him, but I don't think that they would need it. Antoine Trayvon Ware, 20 at the time, would explain to the Arizona police that he picked Jasmine up along with her 7-month-old daughter. They were on their way to take a paternity test for the child that Jasmine was carrying. Obviously, I am speculating that Antoine probably didn't think that this child was his or didn't want this child to be his for whatever reasons. During the car ride, the two had gotten to a heated verbal argument, Antoine would tell the police. He even stated he ends up punching and hitting Jasmine several times in her face, but he said he left her and she was alive and she was with her baby. Around 10:30 p.m., Jasmine's daughter was found on a street corner. A single adult shoe was in the vicinity of the baby. There was a diaper bag and a book bag. Inside the book bag held Jasmine's identification. This baby belonged to the missing young woman. Jasmine's mother knew there was no way she would have abandoned her baby on a street corner. She knew that something was wrong. Antoine had changed his story during interrogation. Yes, they were in a heated argument involving her wanting him to take a paternity test. The next morning, he even admitted again that he punched her in the face several times and he thrown her out of the moving vehicle. He would take her daughter and leave her on the street corner, saying that there were people around, so he knew that somebody would take care of the baby. He returned back to where Jasmine was. He put papers all over her battered body. Then he doused her with gasoline. He lit a cigarette, and he said he watched her body burn. He watched this young woman that he was intimately with and had a relationship with. He watched her burn alive. He then said he left when the fire put itself out. A cold confession from a heartless man uncaring, evil, demonic, sickening to sit there and watch somebody you were supposed to remotely care for burn in a fire that you started. Jasmine's mother was devastated. She says she doesn't know how she will explain to her granddaughter when she gets older and this child asks what happened to her mother. Antoine was arrested on a $1 million bail. Unfortunately, the last article that was published that I could find in 2020 was stating that he was still incarcerated and that the investigation was ongoing. I actually thought that a sentence had occurred by now. If I'm wrong, please let me know, because this is one of the cases that really stuck to me, how heartless this man was. As I looked to try to find a sentencing date or if he was sentenced, I did a little detective work and I went on Antoine's Facebook page. People that knew Jasmine and people that didn't know Jasmine were pretty much voicing their opinions about this murderer. Now, around that time in 2017-18, when Jasmine would have conceived, he was also involved with another young woman. This is a picture of her. I won't post her name. There's no need for that. But around this time, he was seeing probably both of these women. A lot of people in the comments believe that she, as well as Antoine, had something to do with Jasmine's death. They believe that she might have been even egging him on. One person who posted noted the day that Jasmine's daughter was found on that street corner in her car seat, that the other girlfriend had posted that the baby is better off left in a baby box, which is a baby safe haven box that women can put a baby in other than killing the baby or doing something heinous to the baby. They can put the baby in there without having any arrest charges or anything of that nature. And she posted that. So that's kind of odd a little bit on the day that your boyfriend's other girlfriend's child is found. You post that. Was she just suggesting that Antoine leave that child in that baby box rather than on the street? Or was she suggesting that when Jasmine has her baby, maybe they put the baby in the baby box? Who knows? But she did post that on the day. So yes, everyone started to speculate that she knew. And I do believe she knew something. I mean, this was her boyfriend. She knew something. There was even a post that I saw where someone commented that she had said, "Get rid of her," meaning Jasmine. I did not see the actual post because the young lady had either deleted her page or changed the name of her page. I don't know, but she doesn't have a page up that I could find, which I really didn't even bother to really look, but she didn't have a page up. So, he was 20 years old at the time. What he did was wrong. It was deceitful. It was evil. It was demon-like. I mean, he took a mother from her daughter. Jasmine was a very beautiful young lady, and I do wish that Jasmine gets the justice that she deserves. And my condolences to Tanya Smith and the other family members and friends that knew and cared about Jasmine. Again, justice for Jasmine.
break.
It meant the world to me. She was my daughter. She was beautiful. She was smart. She was funny, like goofy. I'm telling you, she's goofy. She was goofy.